Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Kalpana Singhal, Editor-in-Chief Techplus Media, and your host for today. On behalf of ITPV magazine from Techplus Media, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you at the 11th edition of the Partner Leadership Summit and Awards 2020. This is the first time since its inception we are organizing the completely virtual version of the Partner Leadership Summit and Awards. And we are highly excited by the response and the number of attendees we have got today amid the testing times of COVID-19 crisis. The Partner Leadership Summit has over the years established itself as the most comprehensive and trusted channel event focused on knowledge sharing, technology trends, and channel strategies. Be prepared to face the deluge of knowledge with industry leaders, sharing the future roadmap, best practices, and tips to excel in the challenging times. The summit coincides with the most awaited and the most coveted Partner Leadership Awards 2020. So sit tight and be right there to witness the provoking sessions and exciting award ceremony. Without any further ado, allow me to invite Amit Singhal, Managing Director, Techplus Media, to deliver the welcome note and kickstart the event.
I'm highly excited to welcome you all at the 11th edition of Partner Leadership Awards 2020, brought to you by ITPV Magazine, the first and the only magazine with the 9 regional editions. The prestigious channel event has evolved into the knowledge and business platform focused on the latest technology trend, business strategy, and the best practice apart from the networking with the who's who from the channel fraternity. In its online avatar this year, featuring the IT industry leading players, domain experts, a pan India audience, an innovative showcase zone, trending topics, 101 meeting, power discussion, customized marketing initiatives, and India's most coveted channel awards. There is no better way to build profitable channel relationship. As we are already aware that the COVID-19 pandemic has shifted the technology innovation and investment strategy of nearly every company in the world, as unprecedented economic and socio-economic challenges have made it clear that IT is the lifeline of the business during the COVID era. What many businesses have learned the hard way is that ensuring and upgrading infrastructure which is optimized to accommodate for new ways of working is no longer a nice to have. Another thing that is clear is that today's most important technology trend will play a big part in helping us coping with and adapt to many challenges facing us. From the shift to work from home to the new rules about how we meet and interact, tech trends will be a driving force in managing the changes. In many ways, COVID 19 has acted as the catalyst for the whole host of the changes that were already on the cards, anyways. Thanks to our increasing online and digital lives, things just happened more quickly in the COVID era with necessity as the driving force. Indeed, recent market data shows that we have vaulted 5 years forward in consumer and business digital adoption in a matter of around 8 weeks. In the recent survey of CEO conducted by Fortune magazine and Deloitte showed that 75% of the CEO reported that the COVID-19 crisis accelerated their digital transformation plans. The acute disruption brought by COVID 19 seems to have greatly reduced the resistance to experimenting and taking risk. The study also revealed that many of the executives operating during COVID 19 were willing to try new things without necessarily being certain of the outcome. Banks have transitioned to remote sales and service terms and launched digital outreach to customers to make flexible payment arrangements for loans and mortgages. Grocery stores have shifted to online ordering and delivering as their primary business. Many schools have pivoted to 100% online learning and digital classrooms. Doctors have begun delivering telemedicine, and the list goes on. While the last 6 months have forced companies around the world to find an interim solution for the crisis, businesses now are considering more long term and the cost effective solutions. Customer behavior has changed significantly, and while they will continue to shift, the uptick in the use of digital services is here to stay. According to the recent McKinsey analysis, over 75% of the people are using digital channel for the first time indicates that they will continue to use them even when the things return to normal. In addition, a recent McKinsey survey also highlight that the new scenario will bring new growth opportunity. Nearly 3 out of the 4 executives agree that the changes brought by COVID 19 will be a big opportunity for the growth in variation across industries. ITES segment lead the race in terms of the opportunity it foresees in COVID-19 world, with 85% of the technology executives expecting new opportunity in the post-COVID world. Even the other segment, including the consumer packaged goods, pharma, financial services, retail, healthcare, and communication services that will see new opportunity will be best equipped to leverage these opportunity with the use of technology. Hence, the technology has come out to be the most critical aspect in this entire scenario. The crisis has undoubtedly accelerated digital transformation across the world and opened our eyes to the possibilities offered by technology solutions to enhance and support our lives and sustain and grow our businesses. As an industry, we can definitely expect to see continued momentum with focus on digital transformation led by a new age technologies. Foremost focus will be on cloud solution. For the channel, this means you need to upskills around technology to stay relevant. An already immense technology opportunity for channel partners has become larger and more immediate than ever imagined. As an ongoing pandemic rage around the world, we have clearly seen that the partners that rely on the cloud to provide scalable solution as a service are prospering. In fact, Microsoft reported that 775% spike in cloud services demand during COVID-19 induced lockdown. Moreover, AI is undoubtedly one of the biggest tech trend at the moment, and during 2021, it will become even more valuable tool for helping us to interpret and understand the world around us. By 2030, AI products will contribute more than 15.7 trillion to the global economy. A number of the technology innovations such as intelligent data processing, face and speech recognition have become possible due to AI. It will particularly useful for those within retail and supply chain industries. Through machine learning and advanced analytics, AI will help these companies detect new purchasing pattern and deliver a greater personalized experience to the online customers. Further, the experts contend that the companies that aren't heavily investing in analytics in 2020 probably won't be in the business in 2021. Using big data and analytics has always been on a steady growth. And then COVID 19 exploded and made the need for data even greater. The need for the data to make all business decisions has grown. But this year, we saw the data analytics being used in the real time to make critical businesses and life saving decisions. And I'm certain it won't stop here. In addition, advances in robotics, sensor, speech recognition, and computer visions are combining with shrinking hardware costs to make robots accessible for the companies that haven't traditionally used them. IDC predict that the global robotics market will reach 210 billion by 2022. Only half of that will be in manufacturing. Now, with the same benefits and the advances that were largely limited to the manufacturing and related industries are coming to many other companies. Some of the leading companies are already embracing this shift to find new ways to serve customers and improve their operations. Courier firm DTDC, for example, uses 15-arm robots to pick $3,500 orders per hour, which is about one per second. While channel partners face grueling challenges, including disruption in cash flow, supply chain, and customer sales support, and renewed push digital transformation led by new age technology is offering them a huge opportunity to make it big amid the ongoing crisis. The need is to upskill and proactive to address the changing customer expectation. The 11th edition of Partner Leadership Summit is our endeavor to appraise the channel community with the latest trend and robust business strategy and the best practices to transform themselves in order to effectively counter the evolving threats. I would request you all to follow the event agenda thoroughly in order to make the best out of the event. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Anuj, for drawing a clear picture of the current circumstances and how channels are well placed to leverage on the opportunities. Now, let's welcome Tushar Parekh, Chairman, ACET, and Rajiv Mamidana to deliver industry address.
Good afternoon, friends. I, Tushar Parekh, Chairman ASSERT and Managing Director, Silicon Net Secure Private Limited, I'm delighted to see you all on this wonderful day. Let me first congratulate ITPV from Techplus Media to organize the 11th Partner Leadership Awards 2020 during these trying times. Here's also wishing you all a happy and a prosperous new year. This pandemic has changed our businesses, communities, industries, and the world in a way we couldn't have imagined. With a daily unfolding situation, all of us continue to learn and adapt as quickly as possible to respond to the ongoing crisis. Several organizations are struggling to maintain a steady top line and manage with lower working capital. While employees' health and safety is given utmost importance, reduced travel across sectors meant that organizations have to adopt new ways of working, including work from home, which until now was implemented only in limited pockets. In the technology sector as well, COVID 19 has had a significant impact, affecting raw material supply, disrupting the electronics value chain, and causing an inflationary risk on products. However, on a positive note, the disruption has caused an acceleration of remote working and a rapid focus on evaluating and de risking the end to end value chain. In addition, the crisis has resulted in renewed focus on sustainability practices. In fact, IT has become the most prominent internal function in the aftermath of COVID 19, with businesses expecting IT services and support like never before. IT is truly becoming the backbone of business in the post COVID 19 period. Interestingly, while the GDP is under deep contraction, the domestic IT services sector is likely to see a high single digit revenue growth in 2021-2022 on the back of higher demand for digital transformation. There has been an increase in spending on remote work enablement and cloud adoption. In addition, there will be heightened demand for application modernization, security software, system, service management software, content workflow, and management applications. Notably, the ongoing pandemic has pushed many enterprises to implement work from home policies for the first time. And this has created a demand for collaborative applications as well as an increase in security threats. We expect a rise in demand for technologies such as VPN, authentication, enterprise security, EDR, DLP, encryption, application security, and zero trust. In the application platform segment, enterprises have mostly prioritized their spending based on criticality of application or processes as the enterprises focus on automation, demanding application agility and speed to market. Research firms say that companies with a focus on digital businesses such as automation software and cloud-based service delivery may fare better than those with a focus on business process automation, management, and legacy application infrastructure services. In fact, organizations focused on new age technologies driving digital transformation are well placed to witness high traction as businesses look forward to become more digital and prepare for the new normal. As one of the largest congregation of Indian ISVs, system integrators, cloud solution providers, and value-added resellers with over 200 plus members, Assert has been committed to help channel partners upskill and prepare for the new normal. With our essence of collaboration and cooperation, we intend to leverage on the synergy between the members as one Assert. We have formed Chairman's Club for mentoring and partners growth. We firmly believe that collaboration is the key to growth. Partners need to collaborate and leverage each other's expertise. In the Chairman's Club, we have few amazing mentors who are industry veterans to assist partners for growing their businesses multifold. We have also started with our initiative to enable businesses within the consortiums to enhance collaboration and trust among partners for mutual growth. Finally, we are committed to provide our members a level playing field in liaison with other IT associations to stand united against unfair trade practices of vendors and assist our partners. As the chairman of Assert, as foremost IT association, I'm proud to associate with Techplus Media and wish all the attendees a very insightful day at the 11th Partner Leadership Awards 2020 from ITPV Techplus Media Group. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Rajiv Mamidanna. Firstly, I would want to welcome everybody here to this event, an EE event in the new normal. Secondly, I would also want to tell you why I'm wearing the mask here. I have actually never given my video interviews with a mask. I thought this is the first time, and why not take the opportunity to see how I look with a mask on the screen, right? Jokes apart, Anuj and team, thank you so much for inviting me to be one of the keynote speakers here, and thank you everybody who's listening to me at this point in time. I promise this is going to be very brief. Anuj wanted me to speak about business resilience. We are undergoing and experiencing a pandemic at this point in time. But it takes me to a couple of decades back, where things like the pandemic, may not be in the same scale, but entrepreneurs like us have always had to face challenges, had to face environmental situations whereby business, obviously has got affected. I believe business is very perception oriented. When I say business is perception oriented, I mean, what is the skill sets that I as an entrepreneur have? What are the customers that I talk to? What are the solutions that I'm proposing? What are the vendors that or OEM alliances that I work with? These are all things that create an environment or an aura of who we as an organization are. And that is the way it affects our business, whether positively or negatively. The pandemic has helped us to understand where we have ideally failed earlier, to understand where we need to be flexible, to understand areas where there is relevance from a business point of view. And when I say relevance, I am not only talking about the solutions that we carry, but also talking about what are the activities that we've done, what are the efforts that we have taken for the benefit of the community as a whole, which includes our customers, for our alliances, our partners. It also shows that collaboration amongst ourselves is of paramount importance when it comes to business resilience. And when we talk about business resilience, we always speak about business continuity in the IT parlance. We talk about how businesses can sustain themselves if there are certain challenges like a force majeure situation or there's an outage, etc. We don't have that luxury of having multiple businesses with us, which can fall back, where we can fall back if there are challenges to our primary business. So how do we ensure that our business is resilient? How do we ensure that we succeed or continue to succeed? I think there is a three-pronged approach to this. It is very, very important for us to relook at the solutions that we represent and work towards understanding and suggesting and deploying solutions that are relevant, for a period of time or for that particular period of time. Especially today, everybody is talking about WFH, work from home solutions, work from home solutions. The early movers have had the advantage of understanding these solutions in detail, helping suggest these solutions to the customers, and have sort of grown their business working with these solutions. The second approach is obviously to see whether the customer we are actually addressing today is relevant, right, for the next couple of years of time. I'll give you an example. Today, when we talk about compliance, there are so many customers in the BFSI domain, there are so many customers in the pharma domain that are under tremendous pressure to meet compliances. Are we as entrepreneurs in that space? Are we as entrepreneurs projecting those solutions to the customers? If not, we should understand compliance is a big mover of business. We should get ourselves aligned to that. And third, stage is essentially the collaboration piece. Are we talking enough with our peers? Are we working enough with our peers? Are we actually opening up our customer set to our peers so that there are places where we could potentially collaborate and increase the business rather than being worried about what my peer would do with my customer. I think it's time that we realized that collaboration is a key asset that we have. And when I say I represent ISODA or the Infotex Software Dealers Association, the biggest impetus for ISODA is to ensure collaboration happens within its partners. And that ensures that not just the partners and their business, but the alliances grow, the customers grow, and obviously everyone as an ecosystem grows together.
Thanks, Tushar and Rajiv, for a thought-provoking keynote. Now let's invite Sanjoy Mukherjee, Senior Director and Head of Alliances and Channels, Technology and Cloud Platform, Oracle India, to speak on simplifying partner engagements. Sanjoy is responsible for developing a strong partner and ISV network for Oracle for its cloud and licenses business. And I am Calcutta alumnus. Sanjoy rejoined Oracle from SAP India in 2014, where he was the Director of Public Services, responsible for partner alliances, sales and adoption of industry-specific solutions for public utilities, education, and healthcare markets nationally. Prior to SAP, he was with Oracle as Senior Manager, heading the key SI partners team.
Oracle offers highly automated and secure second-generation cloud infrastructure, including the self-securing, self-repairing, self-driving, autonomous database. We also offer a complete suite of integrated applications for sales, services, marketing, human resource, finance, supply chain, and manufacturing. In short, ERP, HCM, CX, all put together. We are a single vendor, support across IS, PaaS, SaaS, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, which we call as the OCI, from an IS, PaaS brings about 4 advantages. First, OCI offers considerable higher performance for same number of CPU storage across multiple workloads, be a Oracle database, a non-Oracle database, VDI workloads, or mixed workloads. We do this for a bare metal, VMware, GPC, and HPC workloads, which is high performance workload. Secondly, our core infrastructure services are considerably cheaper than any other cloud providers. The noteworthy price differential is on block storage, network, or private connectivity cost. The third reason is that OCI, or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, was purposely built from scratch for enterprise customer. This means that we are offering the choice of deployment location, whether it is deployment in Oracle data center or customers data center, which we call is as dedicated region, or Hexa clouded customer. Now, Hexa clouded customer has a public cloud at behind the fire of work while at the customer's premises. The choice of partners account for around 80% of all Oracle transaction in from an Asia Pacific region. They are very important. They are one of our key stakeholders when it comes to driving growth for Oracle Cloud in India. We treat partners as an extension of the organization itself, and hence it becomes very important that we enable partner resources as every other resources in our own organization, because they will go and propose the solution, the services they built on top of our platform. This, we believe, can be achieved by a well-designed and sustained partner program where the partner organization can understand and appreciate technology being positioned, and how they can integrate it into their business to help customers and other business and make businesses of customer more successful. Now, from a more and more Indian organizations are looking to improve their business resilience and also on a growth track with cloud-led innovation. Owing to the current situation, industry experts anticipate an increased demand for secure cloud services. We see partners playing a big role in fulfilling this demand as they seek more collaboration opportunity with us to help their end customer realize extreme performance, greater security, and increased cost saving via Oracle Cloud. We have modernized our partner program, which we call as Oracle Partner OPN 2020. It's a very simplified program. The enhanced OPN program has been designed to accelerate our partners' own transition to cloud, as well as drive superior customer experience and business out through the remote support perspective. As long as in order to ensure that business continuity continued, I think not only we, our partners also did a tremendous great job. We, along with our partner, helped different banks to work on their SLAs, whether it is the amalgam merging of banks, or even the EMI thing from those perspective. And our partners and we were quick to work on this, and even to ensure that any hindrance as far as from an overall perspective, and especially from our cloud perspective, as anyway it can be managed remotely, and the essential service perspective, there was no disruption from that perspective. That is one which we worked with the partners, what the partners could do from an overall learning, solutioning, or focused discussion perspective, which we worked on. From an overall, that is something which we worked on. Now, from an overall industry perspective and partners perspective, case-to-case basis, we work with the partners to ensure that from a cash flow perspective, how we could better it so that the impact is lesser from the segment perspective, and also from case-to-case perspective. We tried to work on case-to-case basis with the partners from that perspective, and the few areas. But there was, as such, we followed a common policy from that perspective. Overall perspective, what we are seeing on the ground is that from an SLA perspective, from our, whether it is our on-premise business or the cloud customer or our hardware customer, for the customer, what is becoming more essential is the business continuity, and we are seeing a great shift of customers who are talking about the movements into cloud. So that because this business continuity has become a very crucial issue, and especially in this terms and from the learning perspective, there are a lot of more and more people, customers wants to focus on their core business, and instead of managing the IT services or the software related things more, and they are happy if there is someone who is there as a company who can take care of the SLAs, and overall, whether it is from an economic perspective of high availability, taking concerns from the security concerns, all those, they are also realizing that the cloud is one of the best ways going forward for most of the applications. And we see a lot of interest coming in from our customers, and customers are talking about transformation deal. From that perspective, they are more and more customers are moving from a on-prem to a cloud kind of environment, or getting few of their contracts moved from on-premise to cloud, so that they can handle this kind of business continuity. But delivery perspective overall, from if I touch upon the hardware perspective, the partners, the customers, all are equally into it, and overall perspective, keeping the customers confidence, the partner confidence, we have handled it, and this was a problem to everyone from an overall perspective, and keeping the customer and the partner informed and everything. Overall, our perspective, we address this issue, and it is becoming better and better from an overall perspective. This is something which had hit everyone, and customers and partners were also very supportive of in this time, from that angle perspective. Now, even from a partner p- p- the cash flow perspective, as far as deal to deal basis, Oracle and even the customers have been also trying to work closely to see that this kind of situation works out in this time, from an perspective. The other thing which is the shift when you talk about the cash flow thing, the more and more customers and partners are seeing that the movement to cloud is helping them from an overall capital going at one shot, and even cash flow perspective. So that is also another important thing which is making more and more customer to look at, other than the great feature with and the manageability, the SLAs which different cloud providers can bring in along with the partner, the change in the overall cash flow from a business perspective, and the expenditure at in the sort of an OPEX model rather than a CAPEX model is also making them as one of the another reason why more and more customers, other than the business continuity point, are looking at moving. OPN 2020 is a very new program. We had taken feedback from all across different range of customers, whether it is our reseller, whether it is our system integrator, or our ISV partners or hardware partners, and also looked at focused cloud and service partner. So we had taken inputs from them, and this program was launched in last year, end of last year, and it came in a time and all this started, so which helped us also to address this time better. Now, most of the things have already built in that, but again, it is a continuous process. We work along with our partners. We take their regular feedback, not only from a country specific or even a region specific area. There is regular discussions with the India partners also. We work with them, take feedback, and even there are representatives from the India partner community in the overall APAC partner, We have a place where we discuss along with the partners, take feedback and work upon things and make things simpler, and so that it can help overall the partners and us. So that is a continuous process which we keep on doing. And anything which comes as a concern, we try to address over the thing. But overall, the OPN 2020, it is so simplified, and the focus perspective across each layer, whether it is cloud, whether it is services, whether it is ISV, or whether it is someone is only interested in resell versus services, we think we have catered to everyone from that angle perspective in a simplified manner. And if there are any changes which needs to be brought in based on partners' input, we try to incorporate and take it forward. But the overall, again, to touch upon the three core areas: customer centricity, then a success driven approach, and a simplified process is the key for the OPN. And as and when whatever are those changes as versions which are required, we will definitely be able to work with our partner based on their feedback and take it forward. The OPN Simplified program is helping us. We have people to work with different set of partners. So there are, even from an Oracle perspective, sometimes it's only sometimes a partner will play in all the four areas. A bigger SI may do that, but or else it is very clear the partner focus perspective where they are playing. Like for example, someone is playing from a real perspective, reseller perspective only. Someone is playing only from a cloud service perspective, or someone is playing from a cloud resale perspective. So everywhere we have people, even inside a company, we have worked and built our teams so that our partners, whoever is focused on whichever approach, we can support them. We continue to constantly invest in skilling, reskilling, upscaling our partners also. And whichever partners are want to rescale and upscale and move to cloud, as we try to help them from our partner perspective also, our partners from a cloud first world perspective also. Focus continues on cloud in all forms, whether it is OCI, IS, SaaS perspective. Uh, Over there, we want to work more with our partners and ISVs to ensure that we work on the more workload, the solution movement to OCI, and take it to the customer and work along with the customer from transformation project. We are trying to work in this next 2 quarter more, constantly work with the partners on skilling, reskilling their focused area, and their skill sets, especially with link to cloud. It is a constant process. It is not only with the partner. We do it with our teams across all, whether it is sales, pre-sales, or channels, and everywhere. And we give the same thing which we work along with our internally. It's passed on to our partners and customers so that they see the benefits, and whoever wants to get the benefit of learning more and more in this time. So that is a focus area which we want to go on and work on. So overall, primarily, these are the areas which we see our focusing perspective. Segment wise, we want to focus on all the segments there, and work with segments from an overall the segments or vertical perspective which has got impacted. So in some way we can work with them and help from optimizing on OPEX model rather than CAPEX in the form of cloud.
Thanks, Sanjoy, for an inspiring session. Now it's time for an interesting panel discussion on resuscitating the partner ecosystem in new normal. The thought-provoking session will discuss on the strategies, including financial packages and incentive programs for partners to meet cash flow challenges, as well as best practices to offer remote customer support and forging a balance between retention of existing customers and acquisition of new customers. Let's welcome the renowned panelists to take the discussion forward with their expert inputs. Please welcome L. Ashok, Managing Director, FutureNet Technologies; Saket Kapoor, Managing Director, Green Vision; Amanat Shetty, Managing Director, LDS Infotech; Suresh Ramani, CEO and Cloud Evangelist, TechGyan; Jiten Mehta, Managing Director, Magnus Systems. And the session will be moderated by Rajneesh Dey, Consulting Editor, Techplus Media.
On behalf of Techplus Media and IT1 News. What we are trying to look at today is, we know the pandemic is there, and by all accounts, the pandemic will be here to stay for some more time. While that is seriously a major health hazard, what we have to keep in mind that the financial or economic hazard due to business impact is no less severe than the health one. As evident from in one city, Saket is in office today. So in the near future, we have to look at some ways to restart in some way or the other, even as we simultaneously keep on fighting against these pandemic challenges. We have people from different cities here today. We have Saket Kapoor from Delhi. Saket is the MD of Green Vision Technologies, and he has over 3 decades experience in the solution development and integration and networking space. More importantly, he also functions as a professional investiture, as arbiter, conciliator, and mediator of all contractual disputes. This dispute resolution is one important area which we would like to ask him today. Then we have Suresh Ramani. He's from Bombay. He is the CEO of Techgyan. Techgyan is a company which particularly works very strongly with Microsoft technologies, and Suresh himself has been a very vocal Microsoft evangelist for a long time. He is also the president of IMCP India. IMCP is actually the worldwide Microsoft partner association, and they have 5 regions across the world, and India is one of them. And Suresh, apart from his Techgyan hat, is also the president of IMCP India. Then we have from Chennai down south, Ashok from FutureNet Technologies. Ashok has over 3 decades experience as a technocrat and has been focusing both on consulting and IT services. Some of the very unique service product like Pass Audit or L7 Consulting, these are some unique offerings which have come from FutureNet during this time. Ashok is also the charter member of TAI Chennai, and he is the chairman of the IT-ITS committee of the Madras Chamber of Commerce. Next, we have Jitan Mehta from Magnus System, again Bombay-based. Magnus was set up in 1995, and they are primarily focused very heavily on IT infrastructure management and works with leading vendors like Microsoft, Symantec, Citrix, Wipro, IBM, HP, APC, VMware, and the likes. Incidentally, Jitan is also the chairman of ASSERT, which is Association for System Integrators and Retailers of Technology. Then we have Amanat Shetty. He is the MD of LDS Infotech. LDS was founded again more than 2 decades back in 1999, and its focus is on both products as well as services, and LDS has received several recognitions from large vendors like Microsoft, Adobe, SonicWall, and Kaspersky, among the others.
First, let me just state that I think we are fortunate. Many of us who are in this meeting are actually fortunate to be in a position to assist our customers in these difficult times. That is something which I think we should, say that, okay, thank God that we are in a position to help others when there are people who are really struggling totally, right? So that is first point I wanted to make. Now, regarding our company, we are going to follow a mix of work from home and on-site. It's in fact, this experience has been very helpful because we have been able to, figure out and fine-tune how we are going to be working from home, in terms of processes, etc. And it will depend to a large extent on our experience, because even during this last 6 weeks of work from home, there have been individuals who have been able to deliver, and there have been individuals who have not been able to deliver for whatever reason. So we are going to take that experience for various reasons. It could be network issue, connectivity issue from home, or whatever. But I believe it's going to be a mix of two, and we are quite happy with the productivity which we have when people have been working from home. So that's first point. Now, in terms of the mid-tier, how they should function, I think all of us have to seriously look at this scenario, seriously, because talking of Mumbai, like Sakit Bhai mentioned now, for example, he's from Delhi, but he knows that the biggest challenge in Mumbai is that people come in trains, and we know the situation in trains, right? It's really, really jam-packed. Even after the lockdown is lifted, I do not see us resuming operations at least for next 3 to 4 weeks, just to figure out what's happening, how it is happening. We are not going to start. Supposing Maharashtra government says that from 19th May you start, we are not going to start, because Mumbai, you have to travel predominantly by train, and it's really bad. I will not like to take a risk for myself, nor for my team. But yes, going further down the line, it's going to be a mix of the, and
Okay.
that's what is going to be for everybody. Yeah.
Thanks. Got the point. I will go to Ashok. He's down south in Chennai.
For me, it is very clear IT companies would be more from working from home than an office. Like Suresh said, it is going to be a mixed model, and I would say 80-20. 80 to 90% of the people will continue to work from home, because this pandemic is not going to go out probably in the next 1 or 2 months, and it is going to take much longer time to go, and probably we are going to see multiple lockdowns. And in that scenario, I would say that this COVID-19 has did a lot of positive. It is fast forwarded to the gig economy, what probably could have happened in 2020, 2028 or whatever. So it is fast forward the whole thing. So the whole model will move towards the gig economy. And as a company, from March 21st, we have moved the whole workforce to work from home. We are quite happy with the productivity. There are certain hiccups where specifically redefining the key result areas and measuring the output of an individual is what last 1.5 months we are focusing on. We are also putting certain productivity tools where people will actually get hooked on to, so that we give them the flexi time, and we just go after the actual delivery what they are doing. So except I find in our company currently the essential service, we call it as, where the 24/7 support managing the data center and the to procurement and logistics to some extent to receive material, which has not happened in the last 6 weeks. Probably going forward we will have that. Except those two, including the finance, HR, sales, and everything else is going to continue working from home, at least for us till June 30th is what we have taken as a call as of now.
The last 6 weeks, we've been under the lockdown, and almost 80% to 85% of our customers are also closed. Making a decision at this stage, whether work from home would be feasible or not, or I'll have to call the staff my office. It all depends as to how the situation takes a turn once the customers start operating. Now I will like to divide the work of a system integrator into two parts. One is the implementation, and the other is support. Now from last 30 years of experience, I can say as far as support is concerned, definitely it can be work from home. Even your sales calls or your telecalling, that stuff can also work from home. But how would you undertake the implementation part? See, as far as implementation is concerned, for an SI, you have to be at customer site. So all your staff cannot work from home for implementation. They have to be at site. So as Suresh very rightly said, it has to be in a mixed mode, but what percentage would be at office and what percentage would work from home, I think only time can decide. I mean, we can't really guess at this stage.
Okay. So right now there will be a mix, but we are right now not ready to judge what that mix will be.
First of all, thanks Rajnish and Anuj probably for inviting me on such a gathering audience. See, in terms of as probably everybody saying that it's going to be a mixed model, WFH and on-site. So one thing what we have decided is very clearly we have created a retain and sustain. So we have decided on retaining our manpower and retaining our existing customer and sustain from a cash flow perspective. If we can sustain this financial year without much of the difficult, I think we can ride the wave smoothly and probably come up next year better outflow of overall things. So as I told you, retention from a manpower perspective, we are very clear. We'll make sure that they are not in trouble. Any need they require, will always be there. In terms of customer, see, we have started supporting customer now from work from home, and we have enabled their BCP already. Any which was we were in that practice for almost now 3 years. BCP was always our one of the verticals we used to do for a lot of our clients. So it was not very difficult for us to move out immediately. Almost 80% of our customers could have on BCP, with a small as 25 user to probably large of a bank or probably who was about 90,000 employees. Like to move them, probably it was not difficult for us. It was a great month for us in terms of revenue because we could really generate revenue for ourselves during the last 40 days. And they started now in terms of a new acquisition customer. Yes, that's going to be our key initiative because that is going to give us the additional growth for our own business. So we have started approachingly proactively to the customer from our own domain expertise, like where we are strong, probably BFSI, pharma, manufacturing, and we have started approaching them proactively with some or other ideas of probably reducing their cost of operation for next 9 months with some or other ideas and technology. Of course, we don't talk of any products or something, but with few ideas. And trust me, we have started, at least the dialogues have been initiated now, and people are keen on listening to it, at least whether it will come into a business or not, but at least we have created an interest within the customer, and at least we have started talking to them on some of the solutions we have designed on BCP and all.
Thanks, Rajesh, for inviting me here. So basically, personally, I feel that in this all this COVID-19 situation and negativity, I think cloud computing is the biggest winner here. Okay, with the work from home adoption of all companies workforce, I think people are now adopting to cloud, and in a major way. I think even according to some survey, the cloud, even in the last 1 or 2 months, the cloud adoption has increased by 7%. And the cloud industry is going to increase by almost by 3% in the next 1 year. So you can see, even personally, I feel that in the last 1.5 months, the number of inquiries we are getting, as we are focusing more on cloud and a lot of cloud solutions, MDM solutions, services, migrations, and all. So people are showing more interest on cloud-based computing, cloud-based solutions, migrations and all. So basically, some of the industries which are focusing, I think, which will go ahead, like healthcare and life sciences, travel industry, hospitality, retail, manufacturing. Okay, so these are all people are going to adopt the cloud. People sitting on the on the fence, basically, I think in the last many years, I think now try to adopt to cloud, right? Because now they understood the benefits, what are the advantages, why they should go for. Like now, everybody's work from home. One or the other, everybody's using one or the other cloud solutions, right? We're all using cloud solutions. So retailers are moving to cloud, right? And why? Because the online shopping is increasing. In fact, I am talking to 2-3 companies who are setting up retail online e-commerce portals for grocery is shopping and all, right? So this type of things will improve. Hospitals will definitely do cloud adoption to maintain patients' data, huge data of patients. Doctors are consulting online, right? I think so. That's how I feel that the cloud adoption will definitely pick up now, and we all should focus on that.
I think Rajni, this is a very pertinent and a heart-touching kind of a question which you've put across. I think I've attended a lot of webinars and no moderator till date has put this kind of a question, because this is the pain of almost all channel partners and system integrators across the board, be it small or be it mid or be it large. The larger ones are having a larger pain, and probably the mid ones are having mid kind of a pain, and small people are having smaller pain as far as, because their exposure is less. You see, I will start by saying that a system integrator, which is mid-tier, this is what the discussion is a sandwich between vendor and the customer. His commitment to discharge the financial liability towards the vendor, is secure. It is fixed. It is fixed through a post-dated check, or it is through a letter of credit, whatever the payment terms are. Whereas as far as the customer is concerned, be it a corporate customer or be it a government customer, it is not secure. So that is where the challenge comes. And with this lockdown kind of situation, 3 scenarios have emerged, which is what I have been, dealing with a lot of calls which come from partners and my clients. The first scenario is that the contractual obligation, I'm using a little legal language because that actually of the situation. So if anybody has any clarification regarding the legal vocabulary, he can ask me later on. The first situation is the contractual obligations were performed successfully prior to the lockdown. You see, the lockdown date is 23rd of March 2020. 22nd was that Janta curfew, which the Prime Minister had announced. It was a Sunday, so it was not a working day. So I would count it from Monday, 23rd of March 2020. And if your contractual obligations were successfully completed, whether you submitted the bills or you did not submit the bills, or you submitted the bills later on, your payment is due and you should get as per the contract. That is the first situation. Coming to the second situation, where you have partially completed your contractual obligations. You see, I'm not going into the details of whether the partial completion is 50%, 60%, or whatever percentage it is, but you have partially completed, and partially it could not be completed because of the lockdown situation, and it is yet to be completed. I mean, since the lockdown is still continuing till 17th of May, so it is still pending. So what happens to the payment in that scenario? That is extremely important, because as far as the SI is concerned, his payment towards his vendors is due. He is actually ordered by the Ministry of Home Affairs to pay the salary of his employees without any deduction. He has to retain, as Jiten Bhai said, that he's retaining all his employees on humanitarian grounds or whatever you can say, or empathetic grounds. So the mid-tier partner has to retain the talent. And I agree with Jiten Bhai. If you have a talent, so you can't let it go. It has to be there, because times ahead are tougher. So how do you act? That's the second situation. The third situation is that you have the contract and you have to still start. That's the third, challenge, because you've not been able to start the, contractual obligations because there's a lockdown. So you cannot take it forward. Now I will deal with all these three scenarios one by one. As far as first situation is concerned and the second situation is concerned, where you need fully completed. In second situation, you have partially completed. In case of partial completion, you will have to actually review your contract with your customer. If there is a provision for partial payment, then you'll have to use that clause to get your payment. Because you have to read between the lines as far as your contract is concerned and see whether you can get your partial payment. Because as far as balance obligations are concerned, they come under the Contract Act as impossibility to act because of the lockdown. So it depends upon the customer whether he wants the balance to be completed or not completed, or joint call has to be taken by both the parties, that is the customer and the partner. As far as first situation is concerned, I will give you a solution which is very, very important, and that would definitely work. And it has worked in many cases, and Mr. Alok Gupta will agree with me on this because we have done it for a lot of partners in Delhi. In first situation where the payment is due, but the customer says that since I have a lockdown, I cannot pay you. Or he says that I don't have cash flow, I will not be able to pay. There are two situations, but they are using lockdown as the excuse. So how do you get the payment? There are two options. One is to litigate, which I don't feel you should go for litigation, because after this lockdown, the Indian courts, like the Indian hospitals, would be overwhelmed with litigation. There are already 3,800 cases pending. I think another 3,800 would get filed. So advocates will make a lot of money in times to come. You see, courts will take a lenient view of the situation because they understand that even the customer has a genuine problem of cash flow. So they will go for a staggered kind of a order, and that order may come after 2 years, it may come after 3 years, or it may come after 10 years. So there is no point waiting. Now, what is the solution? The solution is all of us, as far as IT channel is concerned, we have to get together. The association of that particular city or town plays a very important role. The association has to jump in and write to the customer on behalf of the partner that you please pay this person. Otherwise, we'll make sure that nobody gives you any IT support. Then only that customer is going to budge. Otherwise, for the customer, it is going to be his financial creditors which are of more importance. For a customer, an operational creditor from where he doesn't need much service, he may not pay or he may take lightly. So that's my solution number one, as far as where the things are complete. Second, I have told you that you'll have to review your contract. Coming to the third, where you have not started your contract, I think you'll have to sit again with your customer before you commence. Because if the payment terms are bad or they are lax, I would suggest don't go in for that contract. That's my very vehement, advice to all the partners.
I think if you say today this COVID-19 has not spared anybody, rightly you said, from the governments and the states to the individual to a company, everybody is affected. It is not one is affected and one is not. I mean, I'm yet to see not a one person or one organization come and say that I've not been affected by this corona. So having said that, it is government as a greater responsibility, supporting especially the mid-tier companies, so-called SMEs and MSMEs, in terms to ensure, because in the country, this is the largest employee, the employee base is from MSME. We put together, employ the maximum number of people, and any stress here is going to affect the country and the employment of the people and the economy directly. So it is important that government owns those responsibility and then trying to do onto a thing. There is a very large list which we have made a very detailed recommendation, and Amarnath and the team has done a fabulous job collecting all of us together. We just put together and then we have sent it. I think I would say key point, all of us, one which we are certainly already started going through, it's going to continue, is the cash flow. There's no income for the last 6 weeks, and every contract we already had from the services, we have raised the bill, it is all sitting as a debtor, and everybody, like Suresh ji said, that everybody using lockdown as a thing, saying that I'll pay you when the lockdown is over. And neither he nor we know when the lockdown is going to be complete. Okay, that's already 3.0, and I don't know how many .0 is going to come before the lockdown is completely going to be removed. So in that scenario, you'll have to pay people, and every month, beginning, we need to pay the people so that they actually able to do that. So cash flow is going to be the biggest thing. For that, I primarily, I would say this is my view, which we have also put it together in the ISODA thing. One is, I would say, all of us are eligible for our own money. I'm sure that all of us got IT refunds. Okay, it could vary from very small money to a large money. Today, government come and said that anything no less than 5 lakhs to immediately get released, and there has to be a plan, okay, and where they effectively monitor and ensure the SMEs no IT refunds are paid. That is most important. That's the money due to us, and that should get expedited, and then that has to get paid. Today, everything is online, and government, if they want to do it, they can actually go and implement it, and they can allocate the money. End of the day, they need to pay. Either today or next year, they need to pay the money. This is one thing which is going to help us in the cash flow. Second thing, I would say that they can also, the RBI can play a greater role in doing a managed implementation of credit facility to the MSMEs. Today they have said they opened up saying that so much money, and then they've also reduced the repo rate and all that. But finally, when it comes to the disbursement and managing with the down to the thing, it is still a big gap from the policy level to an implementation. So they probably have to set up the grievances cell where people like you and me can actually go and approach them if there is a problem with a bank and the thing, where we have all other things in place, right? And then we have a thing, we should be in a position to go represent to grievances cell to ensure that our no facility and it is available for us for the working. And the third one I can always say is that the GST payment. GST payment can be left in the hands of the promoters for maybe about they can give a stagnated payment, which means the GST I collect this month, I can probably go and pay after 90 days. So that money would help in terms to tide over the current situation. These three government can, I would say that can help us in terms to help us in the cash flow.
See, as you rightly said, is probably for us, SLA is the only document which we and customer, they bind us together with the customer in terms of payment due date, in terms of everything. So one of the thing I would recommend is now the SLA has to have little extra norms also. Could be one of the thing is could be a WH policy where the SLA has to be little bit extra relaxed. Like see, if normally our SLA is 99% or 100%. It has to be relaxed and it has to include a WFH policy. In such situation of national crisis, pandemic, or any other thing, any natural disaster, I think so the SLA has to be relaxed and it has to be bind both sides. See, today what is happening is majority of the customer is coming back to us. Okay, please look into a reduction since it's a month of renewal. If you see April, majority of the contract of every company is under renewal. So a lot of customers are coming back with the reason of lockdown, saying that why don't you look at a revise, forget the increment, looking at a revision of the rate. Okay, can we have? Nobody wants to talk only 3 months. Everybody wants to talk for the whole year. Like April to March. So we are being, first of all, we are thinking is let's define the SLA before we even talk of reduction or increment. So we are trying to redefine the SLAs, considering WFH probably a force measure. Saket would add more onto a legality point of view. But this is the two things we are definitely trying to push on the SLA document. There has to be a relaxation on a situation like this, and a WFH policy has to be, included in this thing. So this is my submission. These two things, and if anything else, Saket Bhai can always add value and give us a guidance on that if I missed out anything.
First, I think very important. we need to, when I say we means everybody has to shift the focus to the results. That's very important. When you're in office, the criteria is what time he came in, what time he goes, that kind of stuff, right? Some of us do have that. Now, in work from home, the biggest criteria is going to be what was delivered. That's very important. From the cultural perspective, I will talk about our company. We were pretty much ready before the lockdown itself, and this got a push sometime in June last year when we we took a second office in the same building. After that, what happened is we started having all our review meetings online. Because some people were in office A and some were in B. We said, who's going to go up and down and all that? Let's have a meeting online. So those review meetings, especially in the project team, was happening online itself. So the tools which we're using for that is what we kind of continued using. So from the cultural angle, that was one part which was taken care of. Now the emotional angle and the skill angle, I think also what you mentioned is very important. So how are we trying to manage it in this time is, one is we are over communicating today. The whole idea is the kind of communications happening, whether it is via chats or whether it is via team meetings or whatever, we are really kind of doing it over and over. And one thing which has helped us to a large extent from the cultural angle also is that we had a system since last 1 year where once a week we used to have a session called as Pathshala. So in that Pathshala, every team had to show something interesting what they have done in last 1 week. Now, since the last 7 weeks, we have increased the time to 1 hour. First half an hour, I spent some time giving some pep talk and giving some in sense of what direction we are taking. And then keep the floor open. Everybody in the company is a part of that meeting. It's a 1 hour meeting every week we have. And then half an hour, so some crib sessions happen. People have a chance to take it out of the system, and then they know that okay, somebody is listening, and then people will. So it's a good way to kind of have that kind of bonding which is there at least once a week where everybody joins in. And the next half an hour is again the regular Pathshala session which we have, where people actually try to show the stuff which they have learned. And then we grade them in terms of okay, this was good, and then everybody asks questions about it. So I think it's going to be very important for us to understand that we have to bring in that right mix of culture and right other things also in the place, so that people feel motivated enough. They should know that there's a constant things happening. And my suggestion right now would be over communicate. Don't under communicate because you are working from home. Over communicate, and there are tools available. The number of chats and number of calls and number of meetings, online meetings I've been having, like Jitin mentioned, it's like I mean, unlike Jitin, I don't start early. Okay, so Jitin said he starts at 9 o'clock. I'm a late guy. I cannot start before 10. Get up only at 8 o'clock. Okay, so I go on till 9 o'clock in the night. That's when I say, boss, enough is enough. So I think we all have to get used to this idea of ensuring that people feel motivated. They want to, and in that weekly meeting, first 10 minutes, I tell everybody, okay, guys, please put on your videos. We want to see your face. That's very important. Okay, so this is some soft things which we have to do, so that it introduces that bonding remains and people feel that okay, this too shall pass and we will be able to come out. And believe me, we are putting a huge focus on learning, huge focus, and people are really trying to upgrade themselves, and that's one opportunity which all of us need to take. Grab it. Vendors are going overboard in trying to give you a lot of training courses free. Take it and make use of it. That's what I would say at this point.
I think HR is a vast subject. I think nobody can do a multiple PhD on that. Nobody is happy in this world, right? No, you are not happy, your employees are not happy, nobody's happy. So we have to try to make them happy. But I think we have to have active engagement with the employees, through leveraging technology, continuous keeping in touch with them, staying connected with them, right? And definitely the companies, mid-sized companies going forward, I think have to focus on, like health of the employees, well-being of the employees, safety of the employees, and maybe digital preparedness of the employees, So that is has to be one of the pillars of HR going forwards, I think, after these challenges. And coming back to salaries is a very sensitive subject. Okay, every company wants to deal with their salaries or their own these things on their own. But I think going forward, we have to restructure ourselves with the maybe all of us are talking about performance link salaries and all. Of course, it is working. But for companies, mid-sized companies or partner companies like us, as I said in some other discussion, most of the employees come with a fixed salary sort of mindset. They want more in fixed. Okay, whatever is variable. I want that I will earn. That is different. But so we need to understand. We need to maybe engage or knowledge employees also on the need for variable salaries. And of course, as I said, all of us know there is salary cuts happening all around. So maybe considering the long-term perspective, we need to tell the employees that it is not a deduction, it is a deferment, it is not a denial. Okay, so maybe we can give them some sort of commitment that this can be reimbursed over a period of time, or maybe end of the year, or by December, or whatever it is. To and we need a compassionate, I think, and sympathetic, caring leadership going forward. That's what I think employees look forward going forward. We need to be in touch with them, right? So during an ISOTA Tech Summit, one speaker said, sometimes we in our companies, some companies are family, some companies are like a jungle, some companies are like policing and all. So I think now is the time to treat your employees as a family, not in a policing or in a jungle sort of environment. So we don't know, all of us don't know, how the curve will be, growth curve, whether it is U curve, V curve, W curve. Because I attended some leading economists webinars. They say, one of the guy who was leading economists, he says it will be definitely a W curve. It might come down, go up, come down, go up. So, and even the HR policies, I think you have to redesign. It is too early to decide. I think it will keep on changing. You have to keep on customizing it maybe every quarter now. That's how it is. So we have to strategize ourselves. So as the great Radhakrishna Pillai says, Chinta mat karo, chintan karo. So move from stress to strategy, right? So we have to need to do more chintan, not chinta. So that's how it is. To add to our cash flows and all, I think in the present scenario, especially we are all stuck with the payments from the customers. Sometimes we started using the stick. I think stick doesn't work now. Okay, so we need to be very emotional with the customers. We need to be engaged with the customers. We need to convince them. Okay, and we need to be more emotional and being in touch with them. Understand. That our business depends on your payments, right? What do we need to do? We owe to our vendors. So I think we need to be more communicating and communicate emotionally and get the things done. That's how it is.
From these onwards, hybrid only will work. Logic, no on-premise or not only cloud. It's not going to be individual. It has to be only hybrid. Like probably your important critical application has to be on cloud. Anyway, the SaaS models are available for email, your office, everything. So the future is going to be only hybrid model, and people has to start moving their customer who are 100% on premises to a cloud also. That is going to be the only way to the way forward. Without hybrid, difficult to survive, today.
On that part, what I would give my view is that as all of us, what we do is that we have couple of buckets from where the revenue comes in from the business we generate. The typical high cash flow oriented, where we have a very good focus area, we have a good competitive strength. Then there is something where we are building up, and there is something where we are investing for the future. What we have done, I'll give you my experience, because everybody will have their own experience. What we have done is, our focus, let's say, was on collaboration. Our focus was on security and to some extent data center transformation. We had made we were planning to make huge investments in the data center transformation. We were never there. What we have done now is we have pretty much scaled down that. So my suggestion, my submission, and what I would mention my experience is that I'm trying to put more focus on the areas which we know we are very good at, and where we have a very strong brand image, and where we are getting the money, because we are considered to be very good in that area. As far as the long-term development, we are saying, let's hold on. Let's not put our money there. For there, we are going the partnering way, because there are enough partners who have got fantastic skill sets. So we are going ahead with partners and partnering together and landing the projects, because that way, even there, they have skill sets. We leverage those skill sets. And what about us? Well, situation after, so it's a question of probably 1 year reset. Maybe after 6 months to 1 year, we'll probably reinvest on our own to do that. That would be my submission.
Rightly, like Sanket Bhai said, that it is not a time to go to legal at all. Because any disputes anywhere, it has to be handled with a humanitarian approach, not with a fighting spirit. Because you cannot going to achieve anything with fighting with anybody, because it's going to be a lose-lose situation. So we need to understand, we need to play an emotional game, and we need to understand from the other party what is it exactly the problem they are having, and whether sit together and work out a win-win proposition which is acceptable to both the parties. It is faster and easier rather than trying to go on to a legal approach, is what my opinion is.
You see, as far as outstanding of a particular partner is concerned, there are outstanding towards the vendor, and that outstanding towards the vendor, be it OEM or the national distributor, is towards the goods which have been supplied and the payment has not been realized, and the goods which could not have been supplied, which could not be supplied because of the lockdown, and is still lying in the stock of the partner. So there are two different aspects. Now, as far as the vendor is concerned, the brand owner is concerned, they can always take a stock of material which is not sold and they can give you credit. But I don't think so. If you have sold something to a customer and if the customer is not paying, they can take ownership of it. That's demanding something extra. So what we have done is, we are actually in dialogue with this Technology Dealers Association of India, TDAI. So we are in dialogue as far as PKT is concerned, taking up the genuine concerns. There are a lot of concerns in which material which was ordered prior to lockdown by the partner to the vendor or to the distributor, the material could not be supplied because of lockdown, but they have billed and they are asking payment. So there are various situations which have come up with between the supplier and the partner relationship. So that is where the association plays a very important role. So my suggestion is that every association should initiate a dialogue with TDI for their members in a general fashion, not in specific case, but in a general manner.
Thanks to all of you again, and we would like you to participate and share your insights with us in our future webinars.
That's an interesting piece of discussion on the challenges faced by the channels and the best practices to emerge a winner in these challenging times. Many thanks to the learned panelist and the moderator. Let's move on to the next session and welcome Joybrata Mukherjee, Executive Director, Channels SMB Services, HPE India, to apprise us on HPE's strategic direction, especially in the post-pandemic era. Over the last 25 years of experience, Joybrata has held numerous leadership positions where he has been responsible for driving sales, business unit, services, and channel and SMB business.
As you are aware, HPE, we are in the 5th year running as a standalone company. When HPE Enterprise was formed 5 years back. So we today, we are a edge to cloud platform as a services company, right? So, which means we are committed to provide to our enterprise and to all our customers subscription-based services. Our entire portfolio is offered to a customer as a subscription-based pay-per-use services. And overall, everything is being offered to a customer, everything as a services. Okay, so that's the focus. Last year, you would have seen we made 3 strategic acquisition. We acquired Cray, Blue Data, and then Mapar. And these are all very complementary acquisition. So this has, to a great extent, strengthened our integrated data management portfolio overall. So what it actually does is that it strengthened our data management, our artificial intelligence and analytics solution, okay, across data management. And that along with our software platform, if you look at the only software platform for enterprise today, the highest range of storage platform, the Primera, which we call. So Primera is the only platform which actually offers to our enterprise customer 100% uptime. There's nobody, no other competition offers that. And apart from that, in the mid-range and the upper entry range, the storage platform, our acquisition 2 years back was Nimble. And we go with Nimble. And Nimble also has that unique, tools, which is AI-based predictive analytic tool. So basically, we can look at a customer's overall environment and platform and predict the overall performance as well as in terms of any services issue which can occur in future, so that we can proactively take action. So Nimble is also one of the leading platform across the globe, and that's our mid-range offering. So that is to do with our overall integrated data management platform. The third thing which we are focusing on, Rajneesh, to a great extent is GreenLake. Now, GreenLake is our on-prem cloud offering to our customers. And the new GreenLake, it spans from container management to machine learning operation to virtual machines, and also our hardware portfolio like storage, compute, network, etc. So what we said that all these entire portfolio of services and products are being offered to a customer on-prem as a cloud services, okay, pay per use, with the highest level of service. And these are primarily on-prem, or it may be co-located, okay. And so this is basically giving the most mission critical workload of our customer on an on-prem cloud-like model. So these are primarily the top 3 or 4 solution area which we are focusing on. See, what we have been seeing in India and across the globe, that hyperconverged is very, very relevant and is being very popular in the mid-market, the lower string of enterprise, mid-market, and SMB customer base, right? Our platform is SimpliVity, which you are aware of, and we have acquired SimpliVity 3 years back, and we have done phenomenally well with SimpliVity in the country, in the SMB, okay, mid-market and SMB. It's technically a very, very sound product, like integrated storage and compute put together. And in terms of performance, whenever, okay, we have done benchmark for a mid-market kind of a workload for our customer, okay, against competition, and I won't name the competition, but always in terms of performance overall, SimpliVity comes up as a winner. So whenever there's a benchmark, we go on winning because customers is okay to give us premium overall over our competition. So very, very good product, very sturdy product, great references across the country in India and worldwide. And in terms of certain use cases which we have created in healthcare, we see a great future with Simplicity as a hyper-converged platform. As you're aware, CI is growing almost 40% year on year overall. So we see a great future, and that is completely, software defined. Okay, overall. So that is our platform of choice moving forward. So it will be a hybrid environment overall. So your most mission critical, which needs ultimate security workloads, will be on-prem, but the user experience has to be the same. So whether it's on-prem, so it will be a hybrid environment overall, which will be on-prem and multi-cloud. Okay, depending on the kind of application, the workload, and also the strength of various service provider, cloud service provider. So there will be public cloud, there will be on-prem, and would be a hybrid infrastructure, number one. Number two, irrespective of where your application are, whether they are on-prem or whether they are AWS or Azure of the world, the user experience has to be seamless and same. So that's very, very important, right? So hence the orchestration in between and the user experience wherever your application is lying is very, very important. That's the second part of it. Because of the pandemic, right? So first and foremost, whether it's a work from home environment, or your supplier and partner are actually accessing your application over a cloud and working on your application, or your customers are getting into your mission critical application and working on. So the experience has to be same, number one. And number two, in terms of the service level, it has to be the highest level of services. That's where HP comes in, because if you see, we have decades of experience in terms of catering to mission critical application across, whether it's banking. You might be aware SBI, State Bank of India, core banking, FNS, runs in HP platform. Whether it's telco, whether it's high level manufacturing customers. So any mission critical, we have decades of experience in terms of catering those customers and maintaining those kind of service levels. So hence, we have those engineers, we have those tools, we have the best practices. It's a part of, and hence, whether it's a on-prem or it's a cloud overall, okay, we'll be able to give the maximum level of service level and customer satisfaction, user satisfaction to end customer. From the day of the lockdown, we have been managing it all seamlessly. Right, there's been not a single. We haven't read about any major downtime. Okay, whether it's in telco or in banking, etc. So what we have done is that we have formed a crisis management team across the country, which is accumulation of HP's own staff as well as our partner ecosystem across the country. We already were equipped with remote management infrastructure and tools and appropriate tools and system and procedures. So almost 70-80% of most of the tickets, okay, which are raised, catered to online over remotely. So we entered into the customer system and we rectified the faults. Maybe 10 to 15% of demand engineers visit, so which again we have made provision with the state governments, etc. And we always have about 10%, 8 to 10% of our employees who are those mission critical engineers who had those passes, etc., so that they can travel in case of emergency and cater to the customer's infrastructure requirement. So accumulation of, as I told, of remote management as well as people visiting, along with our partners, is what we have been dealing to. Every day we have those crisis management call. We look at all those tickets. We look at all the severity and the criticalness of those complaints, and accordingly we have been catering to. And fortunately, last 5 to 6 months, as I said, whether it's in mission critical banking or telco, we have not seen any downtime at all because of this. Despite this pandemic. In India, about 85% of our overall revenue, hardware revenue, is indirect. It goes through partner, right? So our partner categorization is, we have our tier 1 partner, who are the distribution partner, the top ones. We have about 4 to 5 top distribution partner. So HP does business directly with a distribution partner. And then we have our tier 2 partners. Okay, now tier 2 partners are resellers, system integrators, who works closely with end customer, understand their requirement, and do the system integration and deployment part with the end customer. So they do the demand generation, and they also help HP. So along with HP, they do implementation, overall deployment, services, project management with end customers. So these are the tier 2 partner. Now within tier 2 partner, we have 3 categories. One is our platinum partner, and then we have gold partner, then we have silver and below, which we call the business partner. Okay. So between platinum and gold, who are our top partner, we'll be having about 75 partners, platinum and gold within in India, and then we'll have about 300 to 350 business partner, who is managed. A few of them is managed directly by HP, and the long tail part is managed by a distribution partner. And as a part of the SI, we have the large SIs, okay, the India SIs, etc., which is a part of those the SI partners for us. Or last year, we have touched upon, all segments, whether it's very, very large public sector unit, PSUs, very interesting startup companies, great fintechs, for example, and also our entire mid-market. Very exciting mid-market implementation is what we have done. So we have covered whether it's BFSI or telco or large PSU plus mid-market. So across all segments, okay, customer has been embracing this services offering from us. I will not like to mention because names, because it has to be a published references and so on and so forth. So, but we keep on coming out, with these case studies where we also mention the end customer name. But across all segments, for sure, we'll continue to be a partner-led motion, attractive program for our partners, and they can earn a lot of money by selling into the SMB segment. That's number one. Number two, consumption services, Green Lake, and I'm very happy to tell you that almost 90-95% of the overall Green Lake wins are through our partners. Okay, so that will be the second focus area where we will be selling, whether it's an enterprise or mid-market or SMB. We'll be selling Green Lake, which is consumption services, through our partner, and there will be a lot of exciting programs.
Thanks, Joyba. Now, please welcome Lata Singh, Executive Director, IBM Partner Ecosystem, to speak on partners' shifted focus towards cloud services. As the director for IBM One channel business across India and South Asia, Lata is responsible for leading the complete ISVs, SIs, GICs, VARs, and reseller partner community. In her role, she is driving overall revenue growth for IBM in collaboration with brand channel teams, with a specific focus to strategically increase IBM's business across key focus areas in cloud, cognitive, security, etc. She has over 25 years of experience in building ecosystems comprising of global system integrators, consulting organizations, and ISVs to achieve business growth and break into new markets and account coverage models.
Whatever the solutions we have apply in a larger context to whether it is in India or to the global markets, right? We don't differentiate between what is available in India to what is available globally. But if I really look at what's driving the market, and then I will come down to the solutions and services that we do. But what's driving the market is the hybrid cloud engagement that is there. We know that only 20% of the core applications are on the cloud. So one piece that is really, really very critical is the fact that hybrid cloud is critical to the engagement that we have, and IBM is focused on hybrid cloud. And the second part is the whole factor of the AI that is embedded now in any of the business processes or technology processes that are being driven. So we're talking about hybrid cloud and AI. Now, what does IBM have underneath it is obviously a set of solutions, right? Whether it is systems or whether it is what we call the cloud and cognitive. And when we talk about systems, all of you are familiar with the IBM Z to Linux One, and we've had some fabulous wins in the country on the Linux one. We have our Power, which is underlying platform for majority of the banking industry and the public sector, and our storage, right? Not to forget our storage, and that is a key from my infrastructure side. Now, when I get to the cloud and cognitive, I've converted our entire cloud and cognitive or software portfolio into containerization, and this is something that is very critical because you're talking about building applications which are for the future, right? And that's where our software comes in. And we have cloud packs hitting across our application, data and AI, to integration, to Cloud Pak for systems and Cloud Pak for security as well. So we cut across the segmentations of solutions, and that's where IBM's strength lies, is that we have a portfolio to address the needs of the clients. And then we have a very strong services side as well, whether it is our services, which is the GTS service, which helps clients move the applications to the cloud, to managing large infrastructure, to obviously our services in terms of application digital transformations that we take over for our clients. So obviously an end-to-end portfolio, which is very industry aligned, but very strong in terms of the breadth and depth of solutions and offerings that are very critical to enterprises. So that's what we have. The ecosystem or the partner structure, and we call it partners, but it's an entire ecosystem, and that's how we've really renamed ourselves as an ecosystem team, or that we're looking at ecosystem. So our ecosystem consists of obviously partners, as you call them, or as I call them, who have been with us from the time that we started in India, okay, to partners that have evolved. Now, the way that it works out is we have obviously large global system integrators and India-based, as well as obviously global system integrators who work very closely with our clients, who are our partners. They take our cloud and cognitive solutions as well as the IBM Cloud to market, and you would have heard about the press releases with the MOU that we're doing with a large number of them, whether it is Wipro, whether or Infosys, TechM, and Persistent, and some of the others. We also have the mid-tier, or as we call it, regional SIs, who are obviously, I would say, filling the gap between that has left by some of the larger GSIs who are engaged on more services-only engagement, which is application development to application deployment to digital transformation, to the guys who are now coming into the RSI space. So that's the RSI space for me. And then we have a set of partners who are very niche and very capable, but they focused on deep dive capability to deliver around solutions that are very unique to a certain requirement in the market. So whether it is a security requirement, or whether it is IoT, or whether it is integration or the cloud integration part of it. And therefore, we have partners who are, I would call, niche in terms of the level of depth and scale that they bring into their understanding of IBM technology, as well as the client engagement. So that's one set of it. And then let me not forget our value-added distributor, who are transforming themselves, right, from the legacy way that they work to becoming actually what I would call, when I say value-added, they're looking at multiple engagements, they're looking at how they can deliver more to the ecosystem, and therefore they're actually setting up COEs and other capability to help deliver a larger ecosystem with an IBM solution portfolio. So I would say it's a breadth and breadth of the ecosystem that is there with IBM, right? Depending on how partners want to develop skills and invest, we are happy to absorb them in one of the streams that we have. When we started right in March end, April 1st week, I think we were doing a number of events with our partners. They used to be obviously in places we'd look at, how many people turned up, and the count was the number of people who turned up. And I think that just got translated into even the digital pieces. You're doing an event, so how many people for the digital event? To us maturing and along with our partners to take it to saying, look, we don't want to do one to many, right? We want to do one to a few focused set of your clients, where we are very clear what is the solution that we want to propose, and how do we really have a one-to-one experience with your clients, so that we're able to articulate what is the technology that is best for their business, and also understand what are they seeing the changes and what would they want us to do, right? So it became from one to many to one to few. because ultimately it's the quality, not the quantity. And then we progress to saying, okay, now that we've got the CIOs or the CXOs on a WebEx or with our partner, and again, depending on the partner's capability in terms of solutions and industry, that's how we segmented it. We said, okay, now let's try to get industry experts on that. So we moved from saying one to many, one to few, to saying, let's also get industry experts who can throw more light on what's happening. And therefore it becomes more of a panel discussion, sharing ideas, sharing thoughts. And I think that's really worked out well. It's a learning that we did along with our partners. We realized that what matters right now is more closer contact with our customers and our partners, understanding the value that customers are seeing from our partners, and how do we ensure that we strengthen the skills that they need from IBM to deliver to the client expectation. I think that's what we've done really well in terms of marketing. I think that, like I said, is revenue or deals did close, opportunities did close, but let's also understand that when you're doing marketing activities, it's not only for the present, but you're also looking to the future, right? And I think that's an important aspect of keeping clients engaged, keeping partners engaged, right? Is you're not looking at short-term revenue benefit, but you're also looking at long-term. And by the way, a recent surveys that was done with Fortune 500, we had all the CIOs actually said that they're interested in investing more in digital transformation, right? 75% said that they're interested in investing in digital transformation. And that did not mean that the others didn't. It meant the others were already investing, but they wanted to obviously accelerate that. But that's a very positive sign from what happened earlier in 2009, right? Where CIOs did not want to invest, right? They wanted to invest only on keeping lights up. So that's the difference between 2009 to what we have now in the pandemic situation. And therefore, the number of engagements that we did with clients, it's also seeding in the thought of what is possible, right? And therefore, when you're seeding in thought of what is possible or what can be done through various technologies to meet their business needs, it's not just we're talking about what happened in the last 3 months, but also what are their plans for the future. And that's a discussion that's been a very strong discussion with our clients through our partners, right? Is what are they looking at? What are the different models they're looking at? Where do they want to invest? How has their investment changed? And as long as you're getting those insights, I would say that's building a very strong pipeline for the future, and that's what counts. And SMBs, our ecosystem really has a large place. So let me come back. One is, I think around April sometime, we announced a number of our cloud solutions available 90-day free for trial, and that encouraged a lot of SMB customers as well as our partners to obviously download and look at what applications or what solutions that they could do, as well as what they could use in their running environment. And that's one part of obviously addressing a larger ecosystem. And when I say ecosystem, it means the clients as well as the partners, right? The second piece is the fact that a number of our partners built offerings which were remote offerings or were on the cloud offerings around the IBM portfolio that they rolled out to the SMB segment. And that's an important piece of it, right? Because organizations which were used to on-prem and seeing people also in terms of services being offered by engineers on-prem actually move to SLA-based requirement, move to managed services, move to public cloud, move to a hybrid cloud model. I think that's the piece that is very critical, because more than looking at what did we do, it's the whole way that they were looking at buying, which was more capex buying, got converted to opex buying, and that's a big shift, right? That's a big shift, is my money going out now versus over a period of time as I leverage the benefit of it. I would say the entire shift to the cloud, entire shift to opex was one of the key things, and therefore a lot of the SMBs used IBM Cloud. They did use multi-clouds as well, multiple other clouds as well. But the fact that our partners are able to deliver them key critical IT services in an OPEX-based model is what I would say the IBM solution offerings provided to SMB via our partner ecosystem. I would say the key is the health of and well-being of our team. Okay, and I think that will continue. The health and the well-being of our team is the most important aspect that continues to be and will be most critical to us and a focus for us. The other is obviously accountability to our clients, right? That's the second. The third is obviously we are, and our strategy is very clear. We are talking about cloud, hybrid cloud and AI, and that's where we're focused on. The strategy doesn't change. It only reinforces because the market is ready for it. And that's what it is. It is hybrid cloud AI and ensuring that environments are secure with the data that you have. I would put those as to be the continued focus. Like I said earlier, invest now for future, and that's what we are doing with our clients and our partners, is enabling them with technology, enabling them with solutions to address their needs of the future. Let me put it at two, and these are matrices, but you can feel it in the ethos or culture of the organization, right? But you do have employee feedback and employee surveys that are done regularly to ensure that the ethos are there, right? So one is, how do you measure it, is by employee surveys that we do regularly inside the organization, right? And that's one way of measuring the pulse of the organization. By the way, over the last 6 months, IBM is a large organization, so various units have kept the employees engaged, motivated teams through various circumstances, right? But I would say the employee engagement survey is one way of measuring the pulse and the satisfaction, or being accountable to the employee needs. The second for partners and customers is the Net Promoter Score, right? How do you really measure the success? Is the score that you get back from your clients. That's a Net Promoter Score, is what I would say, right? You can't alter that. The individual filling it in really has to give the experience that is feeling, and it's not one person in the organization, it's multiple people in the organization. So the NPS works not just for partners, by the way, but for customers, but it is also there for partners. So we do Net Promoter Score with our customer partners as well. So we're looking at, are they happy? Are we delivering what is expected? And obviously take that feedback and revert with inputs if it's there. But that's the piece. The NPS and the employee engagement survey would be the measurements, if you wanted what is the measurement. But there are a number of actions that you do, right, to ensure that you're on the right track and you have the pulse of both the industry as well as the employees at any point critical.
Thanks, Ms. Lata, for your knowledge sharing session. With this, let's welcome Ritesh Syal, Head and Director, Channels and Alliances, India and SAARC, Nutanix, to speak on dynamics of increasing multi-cloud adoption. With over 17 years of experience in sales and marketing, channel management, and team management, Ritesh is heading channel sales for Nutanix in India. Before Nutanix, he was Director and Head of Channel and Alliances for Oracle India, where he grew the top-level partner organization and channel alliances and developed extensive GTM experience with OEMs and SIs.
Got two mainstreams, preparing enterprise to get to the cloud and then enhancing their value once they are there. How we are divided is, from a product perspective, Rajneesh, in India is first and foremost, we have our Nutanix core. It is nothing but the solution which helps to modernize the data center. And our main key element to that HCI is the Nutanix Acropolis AOS, right, on which the entire HCI is defined. Apart from that, we have the Nutanix Essentials solutions, right, which helps the customer to give the capability to move to the private clouds, right? And and then we move to the enterprise class of products, which are nothing but designing the capabilities for the customers who wants to get into the advanced stage of the hybrid or the multi-cloud sectors, right? So these are services like Nutanix Xi Cloud services we have, Nutanix Labels we have, Carbon we have introduced, right? So all these services all put together into different things. Three key elements, what we focus on the product portfolio is the core, which is our AHV, our own hypervisor, the Nutanix Essential services, which is the Prism Pro, Calm, Flow, Files, and the third one is the enterprise class, which is the advanced stage to move customers onto the multi-cloud journey. This is how we are structured from a product perspective, which we offer in India and across the geographies. Also, in addition to that, Rajneesh, with our recent innovations, what we have done is we have evolved our Nutanix HCI. As you know, Nutanix has always been known as a player in HCI, which is hyper-converged infrastructure. Now, with the innovations, what we have done is we have come up with a lot of things which now define Nutanix as a hybrid cloud infrastructure. Because in this world of multi-cloud, we actually help the customers very significantly via innovations to move at a faster pace with a greater performance, right? And then simplifying their multi-cloud deployments across end-to-end security monitoring we provide, and an expanded automation and budgeting capabilities for the cloud services. Uh, so how we are helping businesses to run faster on this multi-cloud platform? We have launched our Kubernetes, which is a key word these days in the market. You must be hearing from others as well. We launched our Kubernetes-based multi-cloud platform as a service, which is a managed offering to accelerate container-based application deliveries and operations on any cloud, any kind of cloud. Now, recently, what we have also done, Rajneesh, is we have uh, done alliances with AWS and Azure. So AWS, we are available completely. Our Nutanix clusters are available on Azure. And we have also announced our alliances with Azure, right? And this recently happened during our .next, which was in the month of September, right? We did all these announcements. So we are really proud of the way we are going into the multi-cloud kind of environment today. In the hybrid cloud model, yes, definitely, we have a strong alliances with HPE in India and in globally also. Globally also, we are a very strong partner with HPE. We are strong partners with Lenovo, right? We deploy a lot of solutions along with these two partners. And in India, these are the two major OEMs for us, rather, right? So we provide our entire stack of services, which is available, right, via these two partners, Lenovo and HPE. Talking about IBM, yes, IBM Global Services, we work very, very closely, and there are very strategic things with which we are working together along with IBM in India as well, right? Apart from that, Rajneesh, I think the private cloud vendors in India, so-called, or the CSPs in India, which are nothing but the service providers, right? The data center providers, the CIFIs or NetMagic or a Yota today, right? So we have strong alliances with them, and they are into a special category of partners with us, wherein we provide our solutions, our services to these partners, and they actually develop the entire model in totality for the customer and present it to the customer as a hybrid or a private. Yes, COVID-19 has accelerated the multi-cloud strategy across the world. Now, when it comes to strategy formation on cloud, obviously these two things are very, very pertinent. One is the security aspect of it, as you rightly said. Heterogeneous environments. Where the person is logging from, network. So all these things are affecting the customers, and also bringing in lot of scrutiny for everyone today to be really ready to cope up with these problems if any comes in future, right? If any uncalled for situation comes in. So we had been ready right from day one, because if you ask us as an organization, Nutanix internally itself, right, our employees, 100% of our employees were completely ready to work from anywhere. We never had issues as an organization. We were completely prepared. If I have to take you to some time back, Nutanix, we always had a very strong, product portfolio around the VDI space, which is nothing but, work from anywhere, work from home, all that. This gave us an immense opportunity today, when this pandemic happened. It was an open up of that opportunity for us, wherein we could have showcased our solutions, our strengths into that area, and customers have really liked it, right? And that's the reason we grew the market in India uh, around 42%, and also our partner ecosystem grew equally well, which was close to 50 odd percent. I will not say that there is a major change with respect to the engagements, but yes, when I say this shift has happened, I would like to say that they became the main drivers of the business. Because unless and until all these things are infused into that business, whether it is a security element or the connectivity element, or providing the employees with the adequate kind of tools to operate from home or from wherever they are, right? Anything, any application for that matter, processes for that matter is not going to work, right? So they became the main drivers for the conversation. We did a lot of interactions with our customers when this pandemic struck, right, in India. We went to our customers on a proactive basis. We spoke to them contingency plan they want to make, right, so that they do not face any problems. So we collated all the data, went to mostly all our customers, right, in the regions, spoke to them on a time to time basis, maybe in a week time or 15 days time, and we were collecting that. And we were so prepared that we were not having any kind of failure in the country from a Nutanix perspective. We were completely prepared, right? What we did was we actively engaged with our partner ecosystem. We worked thoroughly with them, upskilled them if at all it is required, right? Because there will be locations for the customers. We understood there will be remote location. How will the person travel there, right? So we did that entire mapping with the partner ecosystem, right? And we did this really, and I feel really proud of telling everyone that yes, till date, we have not faced any major issue with respect to any of the service delivery with our customers in India. Right? So we have been really lucky, and guys have really put in effort to make it happen in India. Number one. Point number two, from a payment cycle perspective, yes, definitely with the pandemic, the priorities of the customers actually changed. Everybody was working towards the cash reserve kind of situation. Yeah, even there was a need to buy, people would defer the payments or have discussions. They will break up the payment cycles for the partners or the vendors, and then start paying as a EMI kind of thing. So all these things happened. We saw that change, and every day used to be a new learning for us. Every day used to be a new learning for our partners as well, right? So we kept our conversations on with the customers, with the partners. But yes, definitely from a shift perspective, if you ask me, there was a major shift, and which is, I think it is going to continue, which is a movement from a capex to opex in a true sense. So people today, what I observe, and I can say it safely, that now TCO is not a statement to address for any customer. Right now, it is the ROI. What he's investing now, for another 3 months, what he's looking that he'll get back. So there is a shift in that terms also. That is the reason this capex to opex or a broken payment cycles have changed. It is going to keep going. And the first point, I'll come. First thing, SLAs, I think, yes, it became more stringent because people were worried about it, that how it is going to get serviced, right? And it is all interlinked, right? How you interact with your customers, how you interact with your partners, and how you address these situations to the customers. So I think it is all dependent. Really, there's no straight cut answer to anything. That a customer is unhappy, so he cuts the SLAs or cuts the payment or something like that. It is all situation and condition dependent, I would say. Look, from a structure of the partners, we are number one, 100% partner company. We do not do any kind of transaction, any kind of billings directly in India. It is 100% through partners. So what it means is, for the partners, there is an equal opportunity to earn, to invest, to earn, to get the returns, whatever they are investing, right? So even if my $1 billing is happening, it has to happen through a partner in India, right? So that is number one. Secondly, from a structure perspective, what we have done, and specifically, looking at the complexities coming day by day, in this world of pandemic, or a lot of change, a lot of shift happening from a customer side, from a mindset of the customer changing, moving things to cloud, moving into different kind of technology areas, or the demands have increased, right, during this time, whether it is from a financial perspective also or from a technology perspective, right? Both are changing. So what we did was, we listened to our partners, whatever they were telling us. As I said, that every day used to be a new learning for us, along with the partners. So we listened to them, and what we did was we came up with a new partner program, and this got launched recently during our .next event, and the partner name is the program name is the Elevate Partner Program. So what we did was the three key elements of this program. I will just tell you in short. It is all about the simplicity. It is about the predictability, and it is about the profitability. We removed all the complexities which were there earlier as part of our earlier partner charter plan. We removed all of that. Even removed the tiering of the partners, which you keep hearing, I'm sure, from other vendors also, the platinum tier or a gold partner or a silver partner or whatever names, right? So we just, removed all these things, all the complexities for them. For us, a partner is a partner. Our focus in the Partner Elevate was to give them a simplified platform wherein they have all the access to the resources, all the access to the solutions, and all the access to what they are going to earn in future if they invest into Nutanix. So it was very clear, and we launched a new partner portal also, which had all this kind of simplified access to our partner ecosystem. So right, we were more focused towards listening to our customers more and more. We were very proactive in calling the customers to plan any kind of contingency if they are facing, or any kind of problem they might face in future because of this disruption which has happened, right? So which really helped us to hook on with the customers, right? And we expanded our base from where we were, right, in the existing set of accounts, and we grew that relationship much stronger with those set of customers. Now coming to the new acquisition, Nutanix as an organization, Rajneesh, has been on an acquisition spree, right, when it comes to the customer acquisition. And the numbers say so, right? In India itself, we grew the market, the customer base to 42% in last 1 year. And not only the customer base, even the partner base, it increased in excess of 50%. Yeah, so this says it all, that yes, how close we work with the customers, how closely we work with our partners. It is about the people who are investing into it, people who want to specialize into it, and what areas, what solution they want to pick up. So the measurables are also going to be around that. Why simplicity? Because today, for me, a partner is a partner, whether it is a tier 1 kind of partner or a tier 2 kind of partner. But when I see a smaller partner can stand up today and say, yes, I have the capability, I will skill myself up to that level wherein I specialize into this program. It makes sense to me, it makes sense to the partner ecosystem as well, right? So that is the prime reason for removing those tiers, because we want to get every person, every partner at that equality status. And if you are capable enough to get to that specialty environment, what we are looking forward to, what makes sense for the partner to invest into, I think that is the measurable what we are looking at. Not by defining that, yes, you are my platinum partner, you are my gold partner, or something like that. So we are going to have the measurable, right? And it is an ongoing program, which we recently launched, and we are going to enhance it basis how the feedbacks are coming from the partners, and we will keep working to reduce. I think from a partner perspective, while the partners and customers have been disrupted due to the COVID-19, but the technology has enabled many to adapt and innovate, and created many new opportunities for partners to benefit the customers. So that is one key thing I would say, and for Nutanix, uh, as I said, as an organization, it was always like business as usual for us. Nothing has changed as of right, because we didn't have to do any changes with respect to our infrastructure, with the kind of working we were doing earlier. Also, we are doing similarly, right, that way. So so I think more importantly, enterprise are now operating in a new business reality, and business that emerged from COVID-19, I would say, will be more leaner, more efficient, and more productive, and far more adaptable. So, as my our CEO said, what we need to learn more and more is to be how not to be fragile. We should not break in any kind of circumstances. So whether we have to adapt new things towards it, to learn more and more for ourselves, because every day is a new learning for every one of us, right? So we need to look through ourselves, our customers, our partners in that direction, that how we can be more capable enough to fight that out and come out much stronger in front of everyone.
Thanks, Ritesh, to apprise on the latest trends in multi-cloud. Let's move ahead with an exciting masterclass on how open source solutions are helping businesses in these challenging times. From Rishi Bhattacharya, Country Manager, SUSE India. With nearly 20 years of experience, Rajarshi is responsible for driving company's growth and people strategy in India. As a country manager, he has led SUSE aggressively to increase its business fivefold in the last 4 years. He is considered as an industry expert in digital transformation, cybersecurity, and cloud computing.
If you really look at SUSE today is the world's largest independent open source company. So we are in the industry for 28 years. We are the oldest enterprise Linux operating system. We are true open source. So what we provide is a plethora of products, solutions, and services, starting from the Linux operating system to containers and application platform. We help enterprises simplify their IT infrastructure, modernize their applications, and accelerate their business through digital transformation. SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, which is very robust, scalable operating system. And then we have on the software-defined storage, SUSE Enterprise Storage, which is a safe-based open source storage solution, which takes care of software-defined storage portfolio of ours. On the application delivery and application modernization, we have SUSE CAP, which is Cloud Application Platform. And we also have a container management solution, which is Container as a Service Platform, SUSE CAS. So these are the broad-based portfolio that we offer to customers in India, and we enable them to actually simplify their IT infrastructure, modernize them, and also accelerate their business transformation journey. Right from day one, SUSE is an true open source company. We have open source ethos, and we are very easy to do business. Our standard payment cycles are so good that we didn't have to change anything. For us, it remains the standard payment terms and conditions, and our partners did not face any challenge with us in terms of making payments or getting their payments out of the customers. So I firmly believe today, if an organization really provides gold standard support and services, in this market as well, customers are willing to pay because that is helping them to fast track their move to the new normal. Okay, so we are treated as an integral part of their transformation journey. Payment terms and conditions existing are very well suited to enable our partners to be cash flow sufficient. We have our customer support center based in India. So addressing customer issues is something which is of prime importance. We have the support center based out of Bangalore that is 24/7. It is very easily accessible, and the standard of responses and the kind of SLAs that we deliver to our customers have been working out very good for them. So there have been times where we had to go an extra mile, but we believe in our open source ethos to immediately help customers fix their problems. And since the entire community partners with us, figuring out an issue does not take much of a time. And that's the beauty of an open source organization. We go back to the same 100% open source ethos, okay? Our partners are tired. So you have platinum, you have gold, you have silver. And they are tired based on their technology skill sets. So in India, we have close to around 300 partners and spread across different geographies. So that's one area via which we operate. We have cloud services providers. Then we have IHVs like with the likes of HP, Dell, IBM, with whom we partner, and together we service our customers. So that's the broad ecosystem. We are 100% partner-led. For SUSE, safety is first and foremost, okay, of our employees. Our employees' health, mental wellness being is very seriously considered and been addressed upon. We have programs where we allow the employees to dial into helplines and enable them and counsel them if they require. Because not everybody had a very nice experience of, suddenly getting into a lockdown scenario. So we did address this right from day one, that safety is our primary importance. In India, we are lucky that none of our employees have got impacted by COVID. Well-being, staying safe, helping customers and partners to grow is very important in today's time. We have organized multiple calls with our partners to check on them in terms of their health, in terms of their employee morale. We have been in touch with our distribution organizations, working out on the marcoms of allowing people to know the do's and don'ts of digital transformation. We kept on, you must be seeing that a lot of webinars which are happening across the globe, which are also rallied across in India. So all in all, a very well-needed effort with the help of our ecosystem partners had allowed us to be in the position of strength that we are today in India. The least impacted is the BFSI, okay? Then comes the ITITs, telcos. They're least impacted. Here the consumption has only increased because of their nature of business. However, there is a decrease in the manufacturing because the manufacturing segment today, they have shifted their mindset from on-prem to a cloud. So that's where we actually picked up the business. We may have lost a downslide in the on-prem business, but this has been well compensated through the increase in the cloud consumption. I agree, manufacturing and retail is very largely impacted, and it's going to, take some amount of a time to actually get the economy back on track. And probably once the pandemic situation improves, then and only. But we are going back to, people are coming to terms with it. So, however, maintaining the protocols are very important, and then working with the protocol and the new normal probably will bounce back, allow us to bounce back very sharply in the manufacturing as well as in the retail segment. Very surprisingly, now we are seeing a lot of government deals getting closed, okay? Which gives us an impression that the government is actually readying themselves up, that the moment this pandemic comes to an end, we are ready to take on the new normal, the new world which is going to emerge post the pandemic. So there has been multiple amount of investments which are going on in terms of reforming the corporate. Ministry of Corporate Affairs is investing heavily. Financial intelligence is investing heavily. The defense organizations are investing heavily. The smart cities are also getting concluded. So you have a lot of smart cities which got closed within this last 6 months, which speaks volume about the positivities which exist amongst these difficult times. So government definitely is improving a lot, and government has been more open in terms of adoption of newer technologies and faster adoption of newer technologies, most importantly. So gone are those days when a file movement would have taken a 12 months time period, but no, that time frame calmed down today, because that's the need of the hour. The government needs to be more responsive. We will continue to work very closely with our communities, partners and customers, so that we keep innovating and enhance our products and solutions. So that is very important. Okay, so we need to keep on innovating, and that is only possible when you work very closely with your customers, with your partners, with the community. So that's very key. And then to ensure our employees are safe, that's very important. We will continue working with communities, partners and customers so that we help organizations to simplify their IT, to modernize their applications, and then accelerate their digital transformation journey.
Thanks, Rajarshi, for your insightful masterclass on open source. Now let's welcome Amanat Shetty, Executive Director, Techplus Media, for a very interesting session on Techplus' very innovative Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Directed towards making Indian companies self-reliant, the Techplus Media initiative offers its marketing platform and entire spectrum of services at an attractive discount to the companies of Indian origin. Let's understand from Anand how this initiative from a new age and disruptive B2B marketing technology company will help address major marketing challenges of channel partners.
Let me take the discussion forward and share my perspective on messaging for the ISV community. When we talk about the pain points of ISVs, we often talk about migration to cloud services, digital transformation issues, third-party API integration, lack of strategic vision, and the list can be endless. What I did not mention were the obvious challenges of omni-channel marketing and drift of customers towards social media platforms and advocacy mediums. Within the budget constraints, it becomes extremely paramount for ISVs to ensure that every penny being spent on marketing is reaching the right target audience. Well, you would say that it has been the ask for quite some time now. But the primary question is, how do we achieve it? Let's explore that in the session with me. Friends, when we talk about India, the opportunities and potentials are huge. And with the current government push for self-reliance and self-sufficiency, I see a greater role being played by our ISV community. There would be rising economic influence, wherein center of global maritime trade would move from the Pacific to the Indian Ocean region as per a study by McKinsey. While the slide depicts few figures from research, we can all say univocally that the story is going to be very promising for the ISV vendors, be it enterprise or SMB segment. With the work from home culture being mandated upon all of us, cloud adoption has increased, which has led to increase in demand of software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, and many others. India is one of the world's fastest growing economies. FDI inflow increased by 37% since the launch of Make in India initiative. India to have world's largest youth population by 2020. McKinsey Global Institute further says that over the next 3 decades, more than 350 million Indians will move into cities. Well, I feel that we are witnessing history being rewritten. We are living in unprecedented times, not only because of COVID-19, but most importantly, because of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan and the Vocal for Local campaign started by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, on 12th May 2020. These are going to be the turning points which, by making India inward focused, will let the avenues open for the vast rural sector and start exploring the less tapped and overlooked domestic market. We, Techplus Media, are an Indian company, and let me take you through this interesting video to share more about us.
Techplus Media, a new age, disruptive B2B media and MarTech company. Techplus has a winning combination of media products to match new B2B landscape. Our brands ITVR News and ITPV cater to the channel partner industry, while for enterprise customers, we have brands like CXO TV, Health Technology, FinTech, Education Technology, and Lead Exchange. We leverage a deep understanding of B2B ecosystem with award-winning tech products for both technology marketers and buyers community. CXO TV News is one of its kind news capsule with thought leadership offering, where we create video content and deep insights from leadership level executives and IT decision makers from the industry. CXO TV industry-focused platforms include health technology, education technology, and fintech. B2B enterprise portal focusing on the latest and most cutting-edge info in the respective domain technologies. Health technology. Our strength is to bring the hospitals and technology service providers together, reduce cost of healthcare delivery, and build a strong healthcare ecosystem. Techplus Media, a new age, disruptive B2B media and MarTech company.
Hope you enjoyed the video. At Techplus Media, we have been offering world-class services for the last 15 plus years to some very large MNCs. Here are some statistics to share with you. We have been the preferred partner and collaborating with large organizations as their extended arm while bringing substantially different approach and adding value to their organization. Provide consulting and thought leadership to few very large organizations. Friends, we also provide sales enablement and account-based marketing based on our years of research and intelligence gathered regarding the IT landscape of various organizations. I hope you can relate when I was referring to every penny towards marketing function is getting accounted for. And that's what we let our clients and partners achieve. A clear visibility as well as optimization of return on investment. As an organization, we have embraced Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan as well by offering all our services to the ISV or SaaS community. We would provide marketing services consultation to ISVs at zero cost. And we have taken a pledge to provide them access to Techplus services at flat 50% discount. Let me also share with you some of the marketing brochures for your view we had rolled out in the recent past. And a few more to go. Well, this last slide talks about our marquee clients. I will leave you with these thoughts of making India self-reliant, and Techplus Media is with you in this history being rewritten.
Thanks, Anand. Now, allow me to invite Dhananjay Ganju, MD F5 India and SAT, to deliver a security session on decoding application security. Dhananjay is responsible for driving F5's growth strategy in India and SAARC, while heading the company's efforts to bring end-to-end solutions and competitive security offerings to enterprises in the India and SAARC region. Prior to F5, he held leadership roles across leading enterprise and telecom organizations, including Nortel, Juniper Networks, and Microsoft.
Has been traditionally in the business of application load balancing. We started off as a application delivery controller, ADC. That's the genesis of the company, and a large part of our life we have led as an ADC company, and that's typically, the ADC as a brand name, as an acronym, was coined by F5 Networks. So we are close to the application, we accelerate application. And over the last couple of years, both inorganically and organically, we have acquired companies that can help us protect those applications. So there are two domains we operate in. One is application acceleration, and the other is application protection. So our security portfolio, application security portfolio, falls in the second domain. And these services we offer in a multi-cloud environment, on-prem environment. So it doesn't matter where the application could be. It could be on your own customer's own cloud. It could be on a private cloud, public cloud. It could be on a data center. We provide visibility. We provide management. We provide information about the health of the application, and then we help to protect it. That's the large portfolio that we drive. Traditionally, we had been very focused on the NetOps and the SecOps personas, given that the products that we had were mostly meant for NetOps and SecOps. With the acquisition of Nginx, we now also address the DevOps persona. So now it's a completely well-rounded product suite as far as applications is concerned, whether right from the DevOps, where the applications are actually getting developed, the end user, where the applications are actually getting delivered. So that's the length and breadth of our solution portfolio. Over the last couple of months and over the last year, we've seen a huge traction with the likes of banking, finance, insurance companies, telecommunication companies, large enterprise, ITITS companies. These have been our traditional buyers. And over the last couple of months, during the times of COVID, these companies have continued to invest in our technology. We have seen, a large part of our discussions revolve around with CISOs now, as security becomes even more important. I have to mention here that in January 2020, F5 acquired a very significant fraud protection company called Shape Security. That brings us closer to the application when it comes to web and mobile fraud detection and protection. And the conversations that we are driving with almost, all our clients, irrespective of the industry type, usually start with, these are my applications. I need visibility and control of my applications. Plus, I need to secure my applications from all sorts of vulnerabilities and attacks that are happening in the world today. With Shape, we protect about 100 million credential stuffing attacks daily. That's the kind of, and this is a worldwide figure. So this is the kind of figure that we're seeing just in one point of attack, which is credential stuffing, which is stealing your credentials and then reusing them somewhere else, that in a bank or transacting credit card, you may have used your credentials somewhere else. So just that bit alone itself is huge. And the other trend that we're seeing these days is we have a very interesting tool. We call it the passive detection tool. And we encourage our clients to want to know what kind of traffic are they seeing, what kind of traffic is hitting their networks. The passive detection tool that sits in the network and on a span port, as we call it in the technology terms, and just observes all the traffic which is coming in. And then we present a report to a client. And the report then classifies what part of your traffic is automated, which is bots, and 80 to 90% of HTTPS traffic is just bots. And what part of your traffic is actually real humans? And that's what Shape brings to the table, other than protecting your applications using a WAF, which is making sure your application vulnerabilities are not exposed to hackers. And these are some very interesting conversations that we're seeing and driving with CISOs today. I'll give you an example for a bank. And it's not as if the passive detection tool was deployed forever. The passive detection, it's a tool. It needs permission from the institution or the enterprise for us to provide that tool, and the tool can sit in their network. It collects no personal information. It just observes traffic pattern. And I was reading a report out of the bank yesterday, one of the banks that we had put that allowed us to put the passive detection tool, because they felt as if they were getting traffic which was unwanted. And 22% of their overall traffic, and this was just a week, in 1 week, we discovered that 22% of the overall traffic of this bank was malicious, which meant that 22% of the traffic was nothing but bots. And those bots were either trying to act like humans, which are very sophisticated bots, or bots that were trying to do credential stuffing and other hacking activities. So that's what Shape Security does. It identifies what is human traffic and what is bot traffic, drops the bad bot traffic. And two very important things arise out of this. One, you suddenly realize you have made a very large network thinking you have huge amount of traffic coming your way. When you realize that a large chunk of your traffic, this was just 1 week. When we sit there for a couple of more weeks, we'll realize that, and we have seen this in other geographies, mature geographies, almost 80% of the traffic is malicious. So you don't have to really design a huge network thinking you're getting huge amount of traffic, when all that traffic that is coming your way, literally 80% of the traffic is malicious. So we have seen 22% in India in 1 week. And as we deploy this tool for more and more large enterprises and enterprises that who really want to know what kind of traffic is coming my way, then the job is to drop this traffic and not let it hit the network. So you only allow humans to come into the network. And of course, there is good bots and bad bots. So you make sure our technology can distinguish between good and bad bots. You allow the humans to come in, and you allow the good bots to come in, and you drop the malicious traffic. And then now you have humans. Now, it's not necessary when you have humans inside your network that they're all good. The other job then is to determine which human is good and which is a bad actor. And that's what, Shape Security is a two-layered model that does that. First, it drops the automation traffic, then comes the human traffic. First of all, if it's an RPA or if it's an IoT, which is internal to the organization, we don't get to see it at all. We are looking and listening to traffic which is coming from your internet. And if all the automation traffic is internal to your network, that is horizontal to your network and it continues. We are listening to traffic which is coming from external sources. If you're not connected to an external source and you have your own island of information in which you're only transmitting data that you know is good, then there is no point. There is no use case for Shape at all. The use case for Shape happens when you're talking to an external world. Have you heard the term zero trust? Right?
Exactly.
So zero trust comes into being where even if I know you, I will not trust you. And even if I know you, I will verify you first. And that is required not internally inside your own network. Inside your own network, you know what the traffic is. There's nothing to secure there. You require these technologies typically when you have traffic coming from external sources that you are not aware of. So internal RPA traffic, that will continue to work. I'm saying even if it's external, because now organizations talk to each other, right, at the organizations level. It could be a partner of maybe that automotive company that is coming in to either receive or make a payment to the company. That could be through an RPA, that could be automated. We'll recognize that traffic type and not drop it. The Shape recognizes signals which are bad bot automation signals quite distinctively, and we have very rare false positives. Most of the engagement is digital in nature, and our buyers, the CISOs, are tech savvy, have tech savvy teams. So if physical was never a boundary or never a problem for tech companies per se. So we didn't have to tweak our model in terms of go-to-market at all. I don't think any tech company had to do it. It's just that what we are seeing now in terms of adoption rate is, so we have a regional POP in India that provides web application firewall services in a managed service environment. So there are two options the client has. Do I want to take a WAF and deploy it to protect my applications inside my own premises? Or can I take that WAF as a service from F5? We are seeing a lot of companies now prefer taking it as a service model. It gives them, excuse me, two advantages. Number one is cost. It's a subscription model. It's as a service model. You don't own anything. We provide you it. We provide the whole technology as a service to you. Second advantage is, in India, it's very difficult to find skill set. WAF is a complex technology to deploy to protect your most important asset, your application. And to protect that asset, you require skill set either of your own or of a partner that is taking that technology to the market. And often, more than not, this skill set is very rare to find. So we take care of both the things. In terms of skill set, of course, we run a SOC from where we offer it as a service. Plus, it's cost effective because it's as a subscription now, and you don't have to pay money up front. So that model has seen significant growth. So we offer both WAF and DDoS. And now eventually with the Shape acquisition, Shape will also be available as a service as well as on-prem. But all these models are available. Over the last 4 months, let me say, I have quadrupled the number of clients I had over the last year. So in a space of 4 months, we quadrupled the number of clients that were there for an entire year for us. So you can then imagine the kind of traction we have. And the good part is, very recently we have seen one of our clients on such a service is actually a bank. So we have seen banks also come out and are ready to accept technologies such as WAF and bot protection in an as a service model, where they don't have to share with us any PII data. It's all metadata that we examine and provide signals to the bank in terms of or to that client in terms of what to do. No, telecom, banking, ITITS, government, consulting companies, all of these have been our clients in the past and continue to be. First of all, India does not have a data protection bill. The parliament in its next session will debate on India's data privacy. There is no, RBI has a framework that all banks follow. Everybody else outside of RBI's purview form their own and interpret their own ways of protecting data. So RBI has a framework that banks follow. Once the data protection bill comes, then everybody will follow the framework of the data protection bill. Largely speaking, in terms of what I have read, no data will be allowed outside our boundaries of a country. But you'll be surprised to know that today, irrespective of whether I'm a bank or not, there are several banks in India that have applications running on public cloud. So as long as you audit and make sure your application is secure, anyway, no PII data is coming out of the premises of the banks. It's mostly metadata. So there is absolutely no problem for banks to allow companies like us to study the signal telemetry and provide intelligence that will save them thousands of rupees and lakhs of rupees in terms of hackers may want.
Thanks, Dhananjay. Now, what you all have been waiting for. The much coveted Partner Leadership Awards 2020. The awards will celebrate the success of each one of you. How have you navigated the tough times to win in the marketplace, and that too with great lawn? The Partner Leadership Awards are our initiative to encourage, recognize top 150 premium partners and top performing technology implementers and providers with the best application of technologies across sectors. The award recognizes the top system integrators, SaaS providers, MSPs, and VARs across various categories. In recognition of the extraordinary solution implementation to power businesses through innovation and unique IT strategies, thereby enhancing operational efficiency and business continuity. Without any further ado, let me start with the announcement of the winners of the Partner Leadership Awards. The first award under 150 partners goes to 10 Fingers Solutions. The next award goes to 22/7 Solutions. And the next award goes to 7 Array Solutions. And the next award goes to Absolute Networks. Ace Tech Tools. ECMA Computers. Adit Microsys. MAT Infosoft. Amtrak Technologies. Aero PC Network. Aspire NXT. Oro Enterprises. Avion Electronics. BD Software Distribution. Binary Global. Bitscape Infotech. BlazeClan Technologies. BMG Informatics. Biotech. Cashy Infotech. Caramel Infotech Solutions. Century Computers. Choice Solutions. Comnet Resources. Creative Infotech Solutions. CyberNX Technologies. Datamatics Global Services. CCDR Infra. Dave Information Technology. Diadem Technologies. Diamond Infotech. Digital Track Solutions. Dynamic Computer Services. Insonic Computech. E-Square Systems and Technologies. ECAPS Computers India. eNoha. eSoft Solutions. Vision Software. Fortune Grey Cells. Fourth Dimension Technologies. Fusion Software and Systems. FutureNet Technologies. FutureSoft Solutions. Galaxy Office Automation. GK Infotech. Genesis Infoserve. Gaura Bits and Bytes. Craftronics. Hitachi Systems Microclinic. IndusNet Technologies. Inflow Technologies. Intellect Design Arena. Intensity Global Technologies. InSafe Technologies. iSolution Software Systems. ITCG Solutions, ITS Technology Solution, iValue Info Solutions, JNR Management Resources, Car Technologies, Camtron Systems, Krish CompuSoft Services, Cryptos Technologies, Laser Telesystems, LDS Infotech, TAS Technologies, Macaw's Infotech, Mahavir Sys Power, Megahertz Infotech, Meta Infotech, Miscot Systems, NetLabs Global IT Services, NetWeb Software, Network Tech Lab, NGBPS, 9sec Integration, Orbit Technology Solutions, Orient Technologies, Panas DigiLife, PC Solutions, Pentagon Systems and Services, Phoenix Comtech, Pioneer IT Solutions, Power Center, Precision Tech Serve, Prime InfoServe, Printing Computer and Communication, Priam Infosystems, Proactive Data Systems, Progressive Infonet, Rachita Infosoft, Rux Infotech, Raksha Technologies, Repeater Cloud Solutions, Rishabh Software, ROX Technology and Solution, Rubik Infotech, SafeZone Secure Solutions, Civic Technologies, Seamless Infotech, Secure Network Solutions, Service for You Networks, Srishti Softech Solutions, Shro Systems, Silicon Net Secure, Silver Touch Technologies, Skybits Technologies, Skylak Information Technologies, Snipper Systems and Solutions, Softmart Solutions, Solaris Computers, Sopra Steria, Spark Technologies, Spectrum 7 Technologies, Sunview Solutions, Centronics, Super Informatics, Swan Solution and Services, Team Computers, TechGyan, Tech India Info Solutions, Tech Mango Technology Services, Tech Niche Consulting Services, Technobind Solutions, Technosphere Solutions, Fabric Info Solutions, ThoughtSol Infotech, to Crown Trading, Trions IT Solutions, Umbrella InfoCare, Value Point Systems, VDA Info Solutions, Velocys Systems, Vihan VD Infotech, Wintech Systems Services, Visatech Informatics, Express Computers, Extranet Technologies, Densa Technologies. Many congratulations to all the winners, and we wish they see more such recognitions with their never-ending zeal for innovation and perfection. Well, I know that your dil mange more, but as all good things end at some time, so does the curtains have to fall on Partner Leadership Summit and Awards 2020. Once again, I appreciate your patience and sincerity to attend all the sessions and your 100% participation to make this event a great success. We would also like to extend special thanks to our sponsors and partners, including IBM, Cisco, Nutanix, HPE, SUSE, F5, association partners, ISODA, ISERT, GSHIA, online media partners, ITPV News and CXO TV, marketplace partner, Lead Exchange, and the event is conceived and organized by ITPV Magazine, Techplus Media. Thank you. Bye-bye. Till we meet again next year with yet another edition. Ciao.